Tennessee Titans just made a decision that could either fix the entire franchise or make things even worse. And the craziest part? Most fans don't even realize what just happened. Because this isn't about a big trade. It's not about a superstar signing. It's something much deeper and much more dangerous. Behind the scenes, the Titans are changing how the entire organization operates. And if this doesn't work, it could set them back for years. So let's break this down. Because at first, everything looks normal. A new coaching staff, a new system, a new direction. That's what every team says, right? But if you look closer, this situation is different. The Titans aren't just rebuilding the roster. They're trying to rebuild their own identity. And that's where things get complicated. Because for the past few years, this team hasn't had a clear direction. Not because of lack of talent, not because of effort, but because of something fans don't always see. Decision-making at the top, different voices, different visions, different ideas about how this team should be built. And when that happens, everything starts to break. Draft picks don't fully make sense. Free agency moves don't connect. And the team starts to feel lost. Not bad enough to rebuild completely, but not good enough to compete at a high level. Stuck in the middle. And in the NFL, that's the worst place to be, because you're constantly chasing something without ever catching it. And now, the Titans are trying to fix that, but the way they're doing it is what's getting attention. During rookie minicamp, something unusual happened. New players straight into action. They held them back. They slowed everything down. And immediately, people started questioning it. Why draft players high and not use them right away? Why not test them early? Why not push them? To a lot of fans, it looked like hesitation. Like the team wasn't fully confident. Like something wasn't right. But what if that's completely wrong? Because if you understand how Robert Saleh works, this actually starts to make a lot of sense. Saleh isn't focused on short-term hype. He's focused on long-term control. He doesn't want players reacting. He wants players understanding. Understanding the system. Understanding their role. Understanding exactly what's expected on every single play. Because in this league, talent might get you noticed, but discipline is what keeps you on the field. So instead of rushing rookies into chaos, the Titans are slowing the process down, teaching fundamentals, building structure, creating consistency. And if it works, this could be the smartest decision they've made in years. But here's the problem. The NFL doesn't reward patience. Fans don't reward patience. And the media definitely doesn't reward patience. If the team struggles early, this decision is going to get criticized fast. People are going to say they wasted time. They're going to say they should have pushed harder. They're going to say this approach failed. And that's the risk. Because this strategy only works if results eventually show up. If they don't, it just looks like another mistake. The Titans. But across the entire league, teams promise a new direction. They talk about culture. They talk about discipline. They talk about long-term vision. And for a moment, it sounds right. But then the season starts, and everything gets tested. Because ideas don't win games. Execution does. And that's where everything changes. So now the Titans are at a critical point. They're trying to build something more stable, something that actually lasts. But at the same time, they can't afford to fall behind. Because in the NFL, timing is everything. If you move too fast, things collapse. If you move too slow, you get left behind. And right now, nobody knows which direction this is going. That's what makes this so interesting. Because this isn't just about rookies. It's not just about coaching. It's about whether this entire organization finally figured things out. Or if this is just another reset in a cycle that never really ends. Now everything points to the 2026 season. This is where we get answers. This is where we see if the plan actually works. If the decisions finally connect. If the team starts to look like it knows exactly what it's doing. Or if we're going to see the same problems all over again. Fans are watching closely. Because they've seen flashes before. They've seen moments where this team looked ready. But they've also seen how quickly things can fall apart. And patience doesn't last forever. At some point, results have to show up. At some point, the direction has to become clear. Prove this isn't just another rebuild story. So now, it comes down to one question. Is this the move that finally changes everything? Or is this just another decision that sounds good now, but won't matter later? Because what's happening right now could define the next few years of this franchise. And depending on how it plays out, we could be watching the beginning of something real, or the continuation of the same story. So what do you think? Are the Titans finally building something that will last? Or are we about to see history repeat itself again?